Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I ain't gonna hold you, man. I appreciate you. If you haven't subbed up, you watch it on your TV or whatever the case is, I appreciate you as well. I hope you're having a smooth 7. Today, I know y'all been waiting. Yeah, I'll drop the link in the description. New album out. Man, go check it out. Go run it up. Survivor's Guilt by your boy Iamqueheff. Check it out. I know y'all been blowing up the comments on the other channel, and y'all been like, bro, drop more music, drop more music. Album out, man. Shout out to King Los. Shout out to Dizzy Wright. Shout out to Federo, man. It's a bunch of features on there. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I ain't gonna hold you. Might be a trigger warning or 2. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
One of the first original public clones was Michael Jackson.
What?
Yes. So if you take a look at Michael Jackson, right? Oh, he had plastic surgery. This is why they're making plastic surgery really popular, quote unquote, because they can basically deduce, oh, the celebrity had plastic surgery. It's not a clone, it's plastic surgery. That's why they look different, right? So Michael Jackson was their first sort of test run for cloning, and specifically the reason why they replaced him with a clone was because he was saying too much.
Y'all, the next war of our lifetime is going to be ridiculously scary. Let me walk you through some realistic scenarios. And believe it or not, everything I'm showing you is 100% real. Alright, so first picture this. Y'all are able to wipe out the enemy team. You're right in front of a pond, and all of a sudden, thousands of drones come up out the water! Yes, attack drones can now sit at the bottom of lakes and other bodies of water with weaponry and come out whenever they want to. And when you least expect it, bam, they are everywhere. Y'all thought you had it down, but that's only 1/10. Let's keep moving on. Now, if you happen to be blessed enough to survive the drone avalanche, and also the nuke avalanche, too bad they know where every single one of y'all are hiding because they have put thousands of satelloons right above our head. But even more dangerous than this is the all-seeing tech soldiers. But not so quick, my friend, because you still gotta deal with the holograms. Enemy countries will be actively throwing holograms in the sky to make people think their gods are coming. And in conjunction with the satelloons, they'll make you be able to hear it too. And many people at this moment will let their guard down and boom. Alright, so somehow you made it through all that stuff. Now the iron mixed with clay can start looking for you. And these AI techno-soldiers can see your heat signatures. They can basically read your thoughts. You think it's far-fetched? Your phone camera does that. Somehow you win, you defeat them, you call your dog to go home, but boom, it's not your dog. It's a robo-dog, he has a flamethrower, and you're done.
Y'all seen that Robo Dog they showcased at the All-Star game?
So one of my followers from Romania just told me about the black ambulance. And guys, not gonna lie, I'm terrified. My follower Adrian sent me the story through my Instagram DMs, and as I was reading the story about the black ambulance, an ambulance truck drove by! You know, my heart stopped and dropped, like I was shaking. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, the black ambulance is a story that's been told around Romania about a literal black ambulance truck that would drive around, steal kids, and harvest their organs. The kids' bodies would be found days later, abandoned on a field with money for their funeral. I just feel sick thinking about that. So Adrian told me he's been told this story all throughout his childhood, and he thought it was BS until he actually encountered one. He told me this happened 6 years ago when he just turned 18 and was walking his brother home from school. Coincidentally, Adrian told me he was hearing sirens, ambulance sirens, all throughout that day. It was like the universe was warning him of what to come. To backtrack, Adrian told me that when he arrived at his brother's school, the vibe, the energy, the air, it just all felt off. He felt as if he was being watched by everyone and everything. He told me he remembers waiting outside for the kids to be dismissed when all of a sudden he heard an echoing scream coming from down the street. It spooked him so bad that he was pacing around, looking at his surroundings, just ready to be on go. Finally, the time of dismissal came around and all the doors opened and kids were just running out in all types of directions. He told me it took a second to find his brother, and when he approached him, his brother was with his friends and told Adrian how he wanted to go over their house, which was a few streets away from the school. Paranoid from the screaming and just the eerie feeling of today, Adrian told his brother brother no, which ended up causing a fight between them. After a minute of bickering and even hitting each other, Adrian told me him and his brother parted ways with the group of friends, and while the two of them walked home, Adrian started to ramble to his brother about the feeling that he was getting from today, and that his gut or intuition was trying to tell him something. Because his brother was young, he honestly didn't understand anything that Adrian was talking about and just thought that he was talking crazy nonsense. Adrian told me on the walk home, the two of them had to walk through town and then eventually through a wooded area that led to a single stretch of road which also led to their house. Now, this is where things got a little crazy for Adrian and his brother, and Adrian told me he will never forget this moment, like ever. He said as they walked through the town and into the wooded area, both boys ended up hearing a siren in the distance. The only thing was that this siren sounded different. It didn't sound like the regular alarms that would play from the police cars, ambulance trucks, or even fire trucks. It sounded distorted and hypnotizing in the worst way possible. Adrian said second by second, the sound of these sirens got closer. Eventually, both brothers ended up on the street that would lead to their house, and now they could see from a distance what was coming down the street. A black ambulance truck. Adrian told me his heart dropped because he thought this was a myth. He thought that maybe someone was playing a prank, but this would be too much of a sick prank, and they would be putting in a lot of effort for this to be a prank to get a whole black ambulance truck, knowing the whole entire story behind it. Just to be safe, he told me that upon seeing the truck, he grabbed his brother and they both began to run. Now, keep in mind, Adrian's brother knew about the black ambulance truck and knew that he would be their main target. Adrian told me he remembers looking at his brother's face and it was filled with pure terror. Like, he never wants to see something like that ever again. Adrian told me as they were running, his brother ended up dropping his heavy backpack just so he can catch up. A little while later, he told me the truck must have spotted them because he heard it pick up in speed, and soon enough, it caught up to them. He described the truck of looking like a regular minivan that was painted black, had attached ambulance sirens, and looked beat up. As they were running, the truck was of course faster than them, passed them, and made a sharp turn to block their path. He told me when the truck stopped, two men hopped out wearing a black mask and a black bodysuit with gloves. He remembers the driver running to open the back door of the truck to get a rope, while the passenger guy ran at them yelling how he's sorry and that he must do this. Adrian told me he had two options in this moment. Either one, let them do whatever they're gonna do to them, or two, fight them off no matter what. He chose two, and Adrian told me he quite literally went full on apeshit. He remembers blacking out in this moment, like his body just did everything for him while his mind went on autopilot. He remembers bending down, grabbing stones, and throwing them at the man, all while screaming at the top of his lungs while his brother ran. Adrian told me as his brother was running, the driver ended up running after him, and the passenger guy focused on Adrian. He said he was about to give up hope until he thought about his parents having to hear the news of their kids getting kidnapped and killed, and he wasn't gonna let that happen. He told me he picked up one last stone, which was as big as his hand, and threw it at the man in front of him. It was a direct shot that ended up splitting his eyebrow open. As he screamed in pain and blood falling down his face like a waterfall, Adrian told me the driver that was chasing his brother stopped and ran back to his partner. As he sat next to him trying to get the blood flow to stop, Adrian remembers picking up his brother and running all the way home. He doesn't know where all that strength came from, but he was pumped up until he reached home and then collapsed on his lawn. Fast forward a few hours later, when their parents got home, Adrian and his brother told their parents everything that happened. They ended up going back to the wooded area to retrieve his brother's backpack, where they saw the dried blood from the man on the ground. After that, they ended up informing the police about the whole entire incident. Adrian told me ever since that day, he has never encountered those men again, nor has he ever seen or heard a black ambulance ever again. He still wonders to this day how he would have survived if his brother ended up going to his friend's house and he had to walk the way back home alone.
Is that a myth or is that real out there?
See, when people get to talking about voodoo, I be quiet because I believe it work. Don't mind my hair. I woke up like this. See, my mama is from Louisiana, and my mama was doing voodoo on my daddy. One, my mama used to make spaghetti for that man all the time. I'm talking about all the time. But outside of that, this one time in particular, I remember my mama took my drawers, her drawers, and his drawers, and she buried them in the front of our house. And when I tell y'all, I watched my daddy be in love with my mama my whole life. Like, I literally used to be asking him as a kid, as a child. I used to be like, what is it? Like, what is it? Because my mama is like out of it, y'all. She's very different. She's very different, to say the least. But yeah, they not together right now, but technically they still is by law. They still married, but they can't be together because of some whole other shit. But I guarantee you, if it wasn't for that, they ass would still be together.
Damn, and that's coming from her daughter. Yes, that happened in Sac. I seen it pop up on Instagram. I was like, oh, I gotta throw this on the channel, bro. They be driving crazy out here. Y'all know. California, well, I know from LA. LA, y'all drive crazy as hell. Up here in Northern California, they drive crazy as hell. I don't know about y'all states, other states and cities, but I know out here, they be flying, doing the most. We be having side shows and all types of stuff. It go down, but yeah, that happened in Sac. The driver is in critical condition. Last time I seen that pop up, but y'all let me know. Spam it up, man. Prayers to whoever was driving that vehicle. Hopefully, like, they make it up out of that one. Man, this shit crazy with the weather. This shit gotta be man-made, bro. I'm not gonna say we have never seen this. I have never seen it, because somebody in the world might have seen this. I've never seen it flood and then freeze over because it snowed right after. Oh man, this shit, bro. This shit. It's some of the shit we seeing nowadays. It's like, it's clear as day. If it ain't, man, they be. Do y'all believe that's man-made? Do y'all believe it's not? Of course, we heard that this the pipe or something that broke, but when they said it was flooding, and then we seen a video and they said it was flooding, and then they said that, oh, it's about to snow too. I think in like 24 hours, I think it said, and then it snowed. Now they going through this. Maybe the snow may not have been man-made. Maybe it was, but them popping in pipes or busting in pipes, whatever they did, bro, to flush the water in. I can't sit up here and say that was an honest mistake. I gotta say it probably was on purpose, and then they knew the snow was coming. But then it'd be double messed up if they did that water, flooded it on purpose, and then man-made that snow on purpose for it to come. I don't know. Or if they manipulated the weather for the snow to finally come over the water that was flooding. I don't know. It's kind of messed up to me. It's messed up to me. What about the homeless community?
Okay, y'all, good morning. As the Arctic blast takes hold of everybody across the country, we've got these shocking images coming out of Detroit. As the camera pans from left to right, you notice that all these vehicles are submerged in what was once water, but is now solid ice. Almost reaching the window on that vehicle, guys. We got to keep the people of Detroit on our minds and on our hearts, as they're facing weather that's never been seen before, with the flooding and then the freezing. Then the unfortunate truth, from what I understand, is that this is only the beginning of this cold, cold weather. Stay warm, y'all.
Did you hear the theory about the allegations though with Kendrick?
With Kendrick? No. What?
With the TDE allegations?
Nah.
So Kendrick's labeled TDE, right?
Okay.
There was a whole, I think it was a big allegation, scandal coming to life about there's these two women or two girls that are filing misconduct.
Whoa.
Check this out though. They traced it back. Now, there was claims and all of these allegations, boom.
Yeah.
But there was a guy on TikTok that traced it back. The woman that decided to, file the sexual misconduct was able to trace back to an OVO marketer.
The women have ties to OVO artists and allegedly the father of the boy, Drake.
An OVO marketer?
Yeah, so somebody linked to OVO that does like marketing, you know, strategies. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then he is obviously directly linked to, you know, OVO team, Drake. So.
What the? So they tried to...
Yeah, you can find it on TikTok. There's this guy that broke down every single thing. This is not my own theory. Like somebody else did all the work, but all the scandals, or those scandals specifically, may have been planted. Which is wild.
No, that's...
Because that's another level. That's another level of like trying to... trying to get back. But when it's lies, it's crazy.
The planes are now unsafe because they don't want us to leave. The planes are now unsafe because they don't want us to leave. The planes are now unsafe.
Y'all, I think I accidentally connected too many dots, and now I have a whole new theory about Elon Musk. So, Nelson Mandela was a South African leader who basically fought against the apartheid going on in South Africa on behalf of the Black people living there because it was just terrible, right? Elon Musk's parents lived in Canada originally, but then moved to South Africa so then they could benefit from the colonization of the apartheid happening. Correct? So, allegedly, Elon Musk had a babysitter when he lived in South Africa. And this babysitter has a bunch of documents and pictures and things to prove that she was the babysitter of Elon Musk, and said that during that time, he was able to open this portal somehow, and there were figures in there who you would see in like ancient Egypt, but there were also like these demonic figures like trying to get them, and Elon was saying that those were his friends, whatever. And he also allegedly had these artifacts from his parents because his parents got their hands on these ancient artifacts because the... So I'm like, if he was able to do that in Portal and do all this shit, and like that's the story, like, would it be too far-fetched to then say like something that he did when he was like messing around with the artifacts and like opening portals, allegedly according to the babysitter, like messed up the timelines, and then so everyone in one part remembered collectively that Nelson Mandela died in prison, but then he didn't, in the reality that they were still living in. So then they were like, what? Like, no, he for sure died, but then no, he never did. He's still alive. And then they were like, well, it's the Mandela effect, but it started there because all of that's interconnected. Like, and of course it's the Mandela effect because like South Africa, which is where Elon Musk's parents went to partake in those colonizing activities. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I connected too many dots. I don't know.
The dots are definitely connecting there. Y'all let me know.
Something's up with Kevin Gates. Look at this video.
I treat people like people.
Who is that? Look at his hands. Why does he look so different? Kevin Gates always looks different like every year or two. Look at him here. I mean, I get it. People change. Maybe I'm just bugging, but what's going on here? Because this is the Kevin Gates that I know. Come on, guys. Ever since you see... Shh! Shut up! You see me all the time. Do I look like I'm changing? I don't know what was going on here, but... It looked like he colored that beard on. But it is what it is, guys. But look, he looks so different. It's not a game. I don't know why he had his hands like that, too. Like in a diamond shape. You know, diamonds are forever. Because this is the Kevin Gates that I grew up listening to. I don't know, he's giving me Gucci Man vibes, remember? Kevin Gates, come on, man. You don't color your mustache, your goatee. This is ridiculous, guys. It's not a game in the Matrix. TikTok, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm happy for Kevin Gates. The transformation looks wonderful and he's taking care of himself. He be looking different all the time. I don't know, guys. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe this is the same Kevin Gates. But I tell you one thing, I gotta go.
Me and Lil Sis, right now it's 12:45, February 20th. And me and Lil Sis just shot an episode to our new episode to the podcast. And that was the topic, Kevin Gates. Because we saw that. And I didn't expect for y'all to send me a Kevin Gates video today. But I heard a lady talking about Kevin Gates, how he looked better now than he ever has. And I was like, what, he look different or something? Finally seen the video, I'm like, oh, he do look different. And me and Lil Sis did an episode on that today about, is he cloned, is he not? Is it the skin suit? Is it a different person playing him now? Like, is it what they do on the Gucci Mane, what they did to Young Boy? Is it what they did to, is it some clone Tyrone type shit? And that look weird, bro. Y'all see me all the time. I still look the same. Only difference you might see is, like, my hair color might change. I might have a different hairstyle. Like, nothing changing, bro. Like, that man, something different, bro. Yeah, I don't remember that Kevin Gates. I don't even know who that dude was in that locker room, in that room where he doing the diamond hand sign. I ain't never seen that, bro. Y'all spam it up. What y'all think? Somebody playing him as a character? Cloned? What is he?
Have y'all seen the clip yet of the plane crashing in Toronto, Canada? Go back and watch it. It's gonna be in my repost. Y'all tell me if y'all heard what I heard in the video. And then come back and tell me what you heard.
So we got plenty of stories of niggas going downtown trying to meet them people, them vampire people downtown. Yeah, because they got vampires downtown in New Orleans. And them people was never found again. And then they got the stories of the people that's vampires out there that actually got volunteers that come out there to really want to get their blood drawn from them people. So, you know, it's y'all crazy. So be careful when you going down there in them vortexes in New Orleans French quarters, you hear me? You gonna run into them vampires, the werewolves, the witches, the voodoo priestesses, and you hear me, the voodoo queens. You gonna run into all of them, but don't get kidnapped dealing with them vampires, you hear me? Because they got their own bars, they got their own little section out there where they be partying and doing their little thing, and they got their own raves and stuff that they do at certain times of the night. Man, they got stories where people done went in them bars where them vampires at, and they don't know if they was being served blood or not, you heard me? They don't know if they was being served blood. Like, they feel as though when they left, they was getting dizzy, they felt nauseated, they started getting sick. You heard me? A lot of them people was going home and came back with all type of blood clots, all type of crazy mess, you heard me? So, them vampire people downtown, some of them cool, you heard me? But some of them, they up there doing their little thing to survive. Yeah, you want to get your blood drawn from these people? Go downtown by them vampire people. They'll take some of your blood. They'll take some of your blood, you heard me?
Elon Musk has been trending since the inauguration.
Wonder why all these planes are falling?
Fired hundreds of workers at the Federal Aviation Administration over the weekend, the FAA, including people responsible for radar, landing, and navigational aid maintenance. That's according to the AP. Trump.
Look up how many flights have failed since the beginning of 2025. Here, I'll do it for you. There has been 87 aviation accidents in 2025, according to the data from the National Transportation Safety Board. I have to jump on a plane in 2 weeks. Let me tell you, I'm nervous. I am nervous. Let me tell you, I am nervous. I am nervous. I love my son, and then we have to get real IDs, which is the whole. I think they're trying to scare us from not jumping on planes right now or leaving. And I'm feeling like the U.S.'s landscape economically definitely is looking like Germany. Am I the only one that feels this?
Nah, he ain't the only one that feel that. Nah, I feel it too.
So after all of the time that they've been lying to us about the Kenneka Jenkins case, the truth is finally out. That case had the whole world's attention, even my own, losing sleep trying to find out what happened to Kenneka Jenkins. Zach TV lost his life for going down that Kenneka Jenkins rabbit hole. And if you don't know about the case, let me give it to you briefly. Kenneka Jenkins went to a hotel party with her friends. She partied. They was on live having fun. She got a little bit drunk. She left the room. When she left the room, she was supposed to come right back. She never came back. Now, camera footage in the hotel shows her walking around the hotel, walking downstairs, coming out of elevators. Needless to say, that night that she was in the hotel with her friends was her last night on Earth. They found her in a freezer, frozen to death. And of course, it was conspiracy after conspiracy, and allegedly, now the truth is out. Basically, what reports are saying is, allegedly, a person named Macho took her life. So Macho was the overnight security guard, and basically, on his break, he used to go downstairs in an area in the kitchen with his friend, who was the witness, and smoke. So basically, while Macho and the witness were smoking around 3 o'clock in the morning, Kenneka Jenkins came downstairs. The witness that was smoking with Macho said that Kenneka Jenkins woke up to Macho because she recognized him, and she was like, basically, what you doing here, Macho? They conversated back and forth for a minute. Then she told Macho she felt funny, and Macho said, I can make you feel better. And I'm not gonna get into details, but you know exactly what happened after that. So of course Macho was violating. Kenneka wanted him to stop. She slapped him. She did a couple of other things. He got mad. Then he slammed her on her face. That's a coward, man. And after that, of course, you know, he took advantage of her and threw her body in the freezer. That shit is crazy because they definitely try to sweep that shit under the rug. Like nothing ain't happened. Like nobody ain't do nothing. They play with the camera footage. They play with these people's family. That shit is crazy. Hopefully now she could rest in peace.
But if he violated, don't you think they would have checked that? Oh man, that shit just kind of pissed me off. Don't you think they would have checked that and his DNA would have still been up in there and you would have been able to, his DNA still would have been there. So they could have ran that and seen that. But if they did do that, if they was messing with camera footage and they was lying about the story and shit like that, who is he related to? That's a great question because he got a lot of power if that's the case. For them not to just go get him and send him somewhere.
Y'all hair was something else, wasn't it?
Touch a fella with a broom.
Look. Oh my gosh.
You know it's better than that. Now, Sonny, you apologize.
See, that's why you gotta be careful who you let in your house. Look. Oh.
Did you know that Elon Musk is trying to influence the governments in other countries? It's not just us. Did you know that Elon Musk supports the AfD in Germany? You should look up what the AfD in Germany is. Did you know that Elon Musk's grandparents were sympathizers as told by his own father, Errol Musk, in an interview that you can look up right now? These are things that you know now. You should look these things up.
So to those who did look it up, do you agree with it? Do you not? Do you believe it? Do you not? The clip with the broom in the feet, I was raised don't never sweep my feet. That mean you going to jail after. And you got to spit on the broom. I thought that was just my household. If it was y'all's too, spam it up and let me know. I thought it was just mine.
Do you realize what Supercell is? That's not a series. That's not a series. You know what that is? That's an observation. That is an experiment. See, look, my mom used to always tell me this. She said, the message is in the movie, get the picture. The message is in the movie, get the picture. So when you look at Supercell, notice it's called super. Super means to be superior, supreme, and a cell is a small thing that has organs in it, or organelles, right? So Supercell is this series based off of black people, so-called black people. Can't be nobody else because only so-called black people get sick. This is only a so-called that's prone to us, which I believe is truly a super power gene, but we've been made to think that this is something wrong with us, right? But in this specific series, anybody that had the trait or had, they had the ability to react with their environment and be activated to have supernatural powers. You see that? And guess what happened? All of the people were by a white government, and they were either killed, experimented on, or they had MK Ultra done to them, and they came and they worked for the government agent to go get other people that had. Now peep the basis of it though. All of them was gangbangers, selling drugs, drug users in the hood. They did it all in poverty states. Same thing as cloning Tyrone. The same exact look. They showing us this stuff.
Is that a reach?
Tampak. Bukan rabbit sih. Kayaknya ya.
That thing hella big, no diddy.
This weather lately has been different. This is ice. That's ice, not snow. Ice on top of these cars. That's ice. Not snow. Not snow. That's ice. That's ice. Like, got car alarms going off because it's been touched, because when water is expanding and pushed into the car, got alarms. Listen, that is ice, not snow. Like, the weather has been weathering, and it's all ice out there. But you see the difference in snow? You see how it's snow? You see how that's ice? Like, yo! Hey, bro, weather's been weird lately. That's all I'm saying. The pattern is man, shit. Piece of God.
Man, shit is crazy, bro.
A water main break caused this surreal scene of cars trapped in ice in southwest Detroit. And now nearly 300 people may have to spend weeks in hotels as the city cleans up their neighborhood. A massive 100-year-old steel pipe ruptured around 2 a.m. on Monday, when temperatures were already well below freezing. We're talking 21 degrees. More than 250 homes were either flooded or lost power, and residents had to be rescued by boats. City officials called it one of the worst water main breaks in recent history.
Prayers to the D.
Guys.
Sad.
Bro, I don't know what's going on in Detroit, but something definitely going on in Detroit. What this is the result of a 100-year-old pipe bursting. A pipe out of the Great Lakes. So this happened sometime early in the morning, and they saw temperatures reaching minus 17 degrees. Minus 17 after a flood. Listen to what their mayor, Mike Duggan, had to say.
Sometime early this morning, a 54-inch Great Lakes Water Authority main ruptured. Our concern right now is for the safety of the people in this neighborhood, and you can see it. It goes from here on, basically at Lafayette, up to Waterman, roughly from Green to Beard.
150 to 200 homes, I would suspect, have some sort of water in their basement.
Bro, what are you doing in this situation, honestly? Look at that. At least all their insurance companies didn't back out right before. But let me know what you guys think about this flood.
Instead of always going back and forth with each other over voting on left or right or blue or red, why don't we start making sure we voting for our peoples that's in our cities and our states that's going to put us in better positions than where the hell we in? That's all I'm saying. Backtrack out here in Cali. Why we got Newsom in office? Why we got Newsom controlling shit when you can't even do your job and just make sure water is in the hydrants, so no fires happening. Let's first get to that. What are you doing? Why don't y'all focus on making sure our environments is safe? Let's focus on that. Why this guy ain't making sure that 100-year-old pipe wasn't replaced? It's 100 years old. Would you have a 100-year-old pipe in your house? If you knew about it, if he owns that house, would he have a 100-year-old pipe in his house with the type of money he probably has? Really? So why would you do that to others? If you in that type of position, in that status, you supposed to be worried about the public first, not your damn self. If so, then get out that position. But again, let's stop focusing on shit like that, and let's focus on people. Let's put people in power who can actually do what they need to be. That needs to be done. We need to be more focused on that type of shit. Spam it up if you agree.
Running around with no makeup on. She looks average for her age. I am her age. Technically, she's like 2 years younger, but anyway, I'm her age, okay? So she looks like a woman who was somewhat health conscious, and she looks like a woman normal for that age, in spite of what people say, right? Why is she running around like that when she was such a gorgeous creature with all the makeup on? And I'm sorry, I do like a lot of makeup, but she had that hair and she was just stunning. Why is she doing that? What if she knows about clones? Yeah, she looks healthy. She looks fine, but she looks her age. I'm her age. She looks her age, okay? Me without my makeup, I look the same. She looks the same. This is what a 50-something-year-old woman looks like without makeup. It's not, if you treat yourself right. If you're a meth head, you're not gonna look like that, okay? If you're slamming drugs down your veins, you're not gonna look like that. So, why is she doing that? When she was such a, beautifully peacocked looking woman, right? Gorgeous. Do you know why she's doing that? Because she doesn't want to get cloned. So she's saying right out there, this is what I look like. This is what she's saying. I'm not going to put a bunch of makeup on and make myself look different, because then they will take me and clone me. And I heard that theory. I'm like, that makes sense to me. That totally makes sense to me.
So I'm climbing the Superstition Mountains, and I was coming to see if I don't die. I climbed up this way, and I so happened to look up, and I found this thing. It is super heavy. I didn't mean to touch it, but it fell. But anybody knows what this is? On the back. Yes, all that.
Y'all hear that helicopter, bro? They been doing this shit for like the last couple weeks. I don't know what the hell going on.
See what else I can find. If anybody in the comments can tell me what that is, it'd be really cool. Thanks.
Let me know what that is.
This is going viral right now. And think about this. We've seen footage of ghosts before.
Okay.
But one of the places we never really heard about ghosts coming from until recently was the tombs of Egypt.
There's ghosts?
Yo, somebody took a picture in one of the tombs in Egypt.
Huh?
Literally the ancient tombs, fam. They took a picture and they saw a picture or a figure of a person there that looks like an ancient Egyptian ghost. Now, this is where it gets crazy, right? So this is the picture I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
So this is the picture.
What
So
it
it's
look
in
like?
the tomb, and it's right beside the sarcophagus or the statue. Now, this is the picture itself. Does that not look like a person? Right? That looks like a person, right? Right here. This looks like a whole person.
Yes.
So the person that took this picture was alone in the room when it happened, fam.
But she noticed that there was a person there and ran out, right?
After they took the picture. Oh. After they took the picture, they realized, yo, what's this beside? Now it gets crazier, right?
Okay.
Because they showed, and this is the picture enhanced. So you can see behind it, it's almost semi-transparent as like a spirit would be, right? Now this is where it gets weird.
Okay.
Because they showed it to one of the archaeological experts that were giving the tour. They showed the picture, and what they noticed was, holy shit.
What happened?
Yo, that looks exactly like the husband of the tomb of this wife. Of his wife, yeah. And then they went and looked at pictures and pretty much the carvings of what he would be wearing, and it matched exactly
the stripes
to what he.
Hey, y'all remember that clip?
I swear so.
Shit all fun and games if somebody get hurt. Y'all remember that last clip though, of that statue?
I really hope Americans see this, because there's a chance it might not even get on their For You page because of how controlled their TikTok algorithm is right now. How much farther do you need to be pushed to start a revolution? To say, like, that's it, instead of sitting there being like, damn, that's so dystopian, that's so Hunger Games. You cannot repost videos about Palestine, about China. You cannot share them to more than 5 people, because then you get a notification saying that is to limit the spread of harmful content on TikTok. Other things you cannot do, you cannot comment Free Luigi without it getting flagged. Is that not extremely weird? You get a video of the previous TikTok CEO saying how grateful he was that he could cooperate with President Trump, and a girl says that's fishy as shit, and history doesn't repeat itself but it rhymes, and it has 1 million likes, but suddenly I can repost it. I cannot see any comments. I go on her account and I click view by popularity, and it's not there anymore. What more do you want them to do for you to be pushed over the edge? What more do you need for them to do? Every single one of the apps that you use is owned by multi-billionaires who push a certain algorithm on you, who push a certain agenda that makes them richer and you poorer. That is actually insane. And you're fine with that, and you think your president's gonna save you. Your president is also one of those people, and they're all trying to help one another. Your president has a consultant that you didn't vote for, and he is a multi-billionaire.
How y'all feel about that last clip, man? I know she gonna ruffle some feathers with some of the things that she said. I know she is. I just ask that we all be respectful. Whether you disagree with her or whether you agree with her. I just ask that we be respectful. And it's okay if you disagree with her. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm curious about hearing y'all perspective on that though. I think they all the same, birds are the same. I think they all work together. I just think they do a hell of a job at making it look like they're against each other, so that they can make us against each other. That's what I feel like. So that's why I don't want to go to war with none of y'all. I've seen some crazy shit in the comments. I laugh at it. I troll it sometimes. I laugh at it, but it's like, hey, I wish everybody nothing but the best. I wish everybody nothing but positive energy, nothing but wealth and health, man. Straight up. But y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all, man. Collective, I love y'all, man. For real, we family. If you haven't subbed up, you watching on your TV, I appreciate you as well. I hope you're having a smooth 7. Appreciate the love, man, from the last song I dropped, and I finally came back, dropped something for y'all, man. Go check it out. Show me some love. Let me know what it's like. Let me know y'all thoughts. I don't care if y'all hate it. Let me know so I can get better. But I ain't gonna hold you, man. Y'all already know what it is. We gone.
I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably